not just in the room, we're leading the charge. Boardroom Queens setting the bar large.
Hi, Sarah. Welcome to Boardroom Queens. How are you doing today?
Hi, Akshdeep. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. So far, so good. Okay, so do you want to let us know about your position and your journey so far?
Yes, so my name is Sarah-Asifa Nimalan. I am an entrepreneur and also a fashion designer located in Canada, but I also work in New York and the States now as well.
Wow, that's really great. Have you worked with
hmm
any projects or any brands recently?
Mostly we're just doing a rebrand right now, so it's just really exciting to go through that.
That's really good. That's really good. Wow, fashion designing is one of the women's best careers and like it's for the women, like really good intro. So do you design
Yeah.
there too?
Yes. I work with my team of designers and we are working on creating our next ready-to-wear collection.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear. That's good. So, any work ethic that you have noticed about your business that you need, like getting up early and like, I suppose being an entrepreneur in your own business, it's not really very easy.
It's not. There are so many challenges, but I think one thing that's really important is having a lot of resilience in this business. There are so many things that can go wrong and last minute changes constantly. And honestly, having the resilience to just push through and keep moving forward really goes a long way.
It does. Being constant with your work and the business, it's just not very easy. You have to wake up with the same spirit no matter what happens in your personal or your professional life, right?
Yes, it's very true. You have to compartmentalize and really move
Yeah.
forward and recognize what's important and what's not for the moment.
Yeah, priority is really important. So
Yes.
with the priority, what I mean is like how are you feeling so far after like managing your team? How do you do all that?
I do it with a lot of help, honestly. My team members are so wonderful, and everybody is so open and willing to learn. And if ever there's an issue, there's always somebody to step in and be like, okay, if there's an issue, we can do something else, we can improvise. And I think that's what's really important in a teamwork too. To have people that are open minded and are willing to find solutions to your problems. I find that there are so many problems always coming up, and you really want to hear, okay, what is the solution now?
That's right. That's so true. You cannot just back down because of one problem. You always have to keep finding
Yes.
solutions and push through.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, being in creative industry is not really easy. Do you think it is?
You know what? I think that it gets easier at times. I think as soon as you have a burst of inspiration, you just keep going. And then it's really important to take that downtime for yourself too and just work on your health as well because work takes up so much of your time, especially this business. And honestly, having the time to take care of your health and your body will help you go a long way.
It does. You really need to have a schedule. So what I do mostly is when I wake up, I take some time for myself, eat something,
Yes.
and meditate and listen to some positive words before I start my day. Yeah.
Yes. That's
How do you,
beautiful. It's a wonderful way to start your day as well.
yes, it is. It is. How do you plan out your schedule?
For me personally, I wake up early and honestly, food is the first thing to go into my body to get me ready for the day. And then I mostly just plan out what tasks have to be done today and then what tasks can be done maybe later on in the week.
Right. Right. That's actually important. You need to prioritize. What I do is when I mostly go to bed, I prioritize it beforehand so I know what I'm doing for the next day. And that kind of helps to make a to-do list,
Yeah,
like having a checkbox in front of it.
I know, because honestly, working, there's always a list of things to do.
Yeah, it never ends.
Yeah.
So, are you like a designer? You're the CEO and the entrepreneur, right? You founded
Yeah.
this from I know. How? Okay, how many people are there in your team?
There are a little under 10 people in our team, but we actually work with different photographers from different countries, and even our graphic designer is in Colombia. So we
Oh,
work with people all over the world.
wow, that's really great. That's really,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. When we first started the business, I thought, okay, it's going to be only based in Canada and centered around Canadian jobs. But then we actually ended up expanding to the States, and there are so many talented people in the world that just want an opportunity.
yeah, it is. Like when you go outside, sometimes you feel like in Canada, the market's dead, but it's not the case. Like a lot of
Yeah.
things have moving real quick if you really put your mind towards it and if you have your own way with it. But that's really exciting that you're meeting people all over the world. Where are you based in Canada, though?
In Ontario, actually, in Toronto.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little cold here, but it's been nice.
Yeah, it is nice. So, were you born and brought up here, or did you like migrate from anywhere else? How
I've
was it?
actually been I've actually been born and brought up in Canada, yes. But my dad is from Sri Lanka and my mom is from Guyana, and then they moved to Canada.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. How has been your journey so far with everything?
It has been exciting to say the least. It's just one thing after the next, but it is so exciting to go through these opportunities and meet new people. And I've really learned even from, we actually just did a Miami showroom, and even
Mhm.
from that opportunity is leading to more in the future.
Wow. Really? A Miami
Yeah.
showroom? Have you been to the showroom personally so far?
Oh, yes, I did. It was so exciting.
That's great. If you want to advertise, now is the time.
Oh, thank you. It was really wonderful. The team of people were so professional, and my mentor, Kareen, she held it all down. She planned the whole event, and it was really amazing.
Wow, that's really good. So what do you do to advertise? Do you plan runway shows or do you just like give a couple of your dresses to stores to showcase? How do you plan it out?
So for advertising, we mostly do runway shows. So our first runway show was last year in February. We worked with a company called Runway 7, and they are honestly they're a great company. They help all the emerging brands in New York. So if you want to go to New York Fashion Week, honestly stick with Runway 7. They're a great debut. The energy was so exciting. There are people that will help you every step of the way. For us, we actually had an issue with a last minute model change, honestly, 5 minutes before the ladies were about to walk. And one of the coordinators was like, okay, I know exactly the size to pick. I have a model in mind, and let's change her clothes. And it was within seconds of a change.
Wow. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
being in fashion design, it's like a movie. You don't know what's gonna happen. If a
Yeah,
model
it's very true.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, so
very
you
true.
model for yourself too.
No, I don't model actually. I get that question a lot though.
No, of course, like when you're in fashion designing, you need to teach people a little how to flaunt your dress, your creation,
Yeah.
and everything. So you need to know about the poses. So a lot of people who actually get into fashion designing are the people who model themselves. So I really
Oh,
thought that you'd be modeling yourself too.
oh, that's so exciting. And that's very true. Actually, one of the models we worked with, she actually has her own athleisure line as well.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. A
Yeah.
lot of us just do it. Even if we go to the Hollywood side, like Rihanna has her own brand, Kylie has her own brand. So a lot of
Yeah.
people just go from being a model to a designer. But that's really great that you literally just like went into designing and was able to manage it all. Like hats off.
Yeah. Yeah, I really loved designing from a young girl. It was actually my late grandmother that was a talented seamstress back in her day. So she would always make our clothes. And then I was just so in awe of her. She can just take fabric. She doesn't need a pattern. She can just do it all herself. And I was like, wow, I would love to do that one day.
Wow. Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, she used to do that on the sewing machine and everything because I've seen
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, she's so talented.
Wow, that's really great. So the attire that you're putting in your LinkedIn profile, did you design that as well? The blazer?
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
I might ask you to design something for me.
Oh, I'd love to. Our team would love to design new pieces too.
That's
Yeah,
sweet.
we really wanted to bring some vibrant colors to the workforce, especially after the pandemic. You know, fashion really changed. People are wearing a lot more comfortable clothes, and, who doesn't want to get dressed up to go to work?
That's so true. That's really true.
Yeah.
Even I feel like when you dress in a certain way, it gives you confidence to just like show up,
Yes,
right?
it really does. And that's a huge part of our brand too at Truly Debonair. And I love that all the models and everybody that wears the clothes, they always leave saying, wow, I felt so powerful wearing that. I feel so good wearing this dress or this blazer. And I was like, that's the point. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, it's all about empowerment, like the way you dress, the way you're able to show, because first impression I feel like matters a lot. So when you go in, you
Yes.
need to, yeah, establish your tone there. So
Yes. Like I had such a great first impression of you as well. Honestly, the second I got your email, I was like, oh, wow, I would love to be part of this. Like, you're so professional. I love the way you came across.
thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, my whole purpose is to like empower each other, know each other's stories and everything. From
Yeah.
stories,
Well,
sorry.
yeah. I'm so glad we crossed paths then because that's so important too, to hear people's journeys.
It is. It is really important. Like, I'm so glad to have you on the show myself. Like, it's really good to hear a story of a fashion designer. Like, I have always been into fashion personally. I modeled
Yeah.
for the initial 3 years of my life and then I stopped.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh,
So
it's so beautiful. And you're so beautiful too. That's like wonderful.
thank you so much. Thank you, really. Yeah, I really just make sure to just wake up and dress accordingly just to give myself a little confidence and boost in my day and routine.
Yeah, it's really true. When you dress good and you put your foot forward, honestly, the world is your oyster.
That's so true. That's so true. It's just like even if you don't feel good, if you dress good, you'll still feel good.
Yeah, you really will.
Yeah, yeah. Also, what was the biggest challenge in the industry ever since you stepped in?
Sometimes a discouragement a little along the way. I think that sometimes it's a little hard for people to see a brand that is so rooted in just making people feel confident and better about themselves growing. Sometimes there's a little discouragement. Oh, it might not go anywhere. Are you sure about this? And it's like, sometimes you have to have a little faith and just believe in your vision and know that other people will resonate with it as well.
Yeah, that's so true. And I feel
Yeah.
like I've been into like brand showcasing and everything. I feel like the way you tell your story online, it really matters a lot. And as an individual entrepreneur, I feel like putting out your face there and letting the world know about your story, your vision, and everything, people start coming along with it.
Yes, I completely agree with you. I realized that you really can't be in this business and not share your life with others. You have to be open to sharing the good times, the bad times, and just everything in between to have people resonate. Like, this is not all glamorous all the time. There's so much hard work that goes on behind the scenes that so many people don't really talk about, but everybody who's there and present knows this is tiring sometimes.
Yeah, and especially when the team lifts you up, it's really good because even if you're working as a team or you're leading the team, I feel like there's so many stories that you share amongst each other. It's just like it's a
Yeah.
really good way of having someone whenever you just fall down along the way to pick you up.
Yeah, it's really helpful to have, honestly, be in a team full of strong women that just want to help others as well. That's like, if one person wins, everybody wins.
That's so true. That's so true. The coordination is most important when you're working with.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really great. So, what is your main theme of the fashion? Like, are you designing professional clothes? Are you into dressing? Like, what do you
Yes.
showcase?
We are doing mostly professional clothing, so professional workwear such as blazers and pants, mostly blazer dresses too that you can wear into the office. And we also love to do our duster coats because you always need a good coat for an outfit.
Yeah, you do. You really do. I really love the one that you're wearing in your profile. I was like, okay, that's really fashionable. I really liked it. So,
Oh,
did you
thank you
do?
so much.
Yeah, like the sequences and everything. It looked really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like personally in Canada, like there's a lot of people who are doing dressing and everything, but there's no specific brand for just professional outfits. So it's
Yes,
really,
I'm so happy that you said that too.
yeah, it's important. Like all the women who's going to work because I guess it's easier for men because there's a lot of like, suits and everything, like designers and
Yeah.
brands, which can give them the suits. But for females, even if we go and walk in a store, even like big brands, you just go in and you find those casual jackets. Like everybody wants to look cool, but nobody wants to look professional.
Yes, I
Yeah.
find that the trends have really changed, and I guess that's what we're trying to do with Truly Debonair, kind of bring the professionalism back to the workforce as well.
Yeah. Also, if I were to suggest you something, I would say if you're doing like the designs which are professional, you can make it a little like cool as well at the same time, having like the prints on it or something like that.
Yeah.
Patches. It
Yeah.
looks
I
yeah,
love
just
that
a
because, dressing for the office doesn't have to be so simple. It can be like extravagant as well.
yeah, like a little bling, sassy vibe, boss woman.
Yeah. I think a
Yeah.
lot of women would resonate with that.
It will really open the window for everybody else. What is the
Yeah.
name of
Our brand is called Truly Debonair.
Truly Debonair? Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, the name resonates so much too. Was it
Yeah,
your
and it's a little catchy.
was it your pick, the name?
Actually, it was my dad that named the company.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us the story behind picking up the name? It sounds a
I
little
think Yes, I think that he was trying to find something classy to resonate. We went from a lot of different names, and Shirley Debonair really stuck, just to have something be classy, sophisticated, and create an air of elegance as well.
yeah, that's something that we all need. It really
Yeah,
relates. Yeah, it
yeah.
does. So what is your next venture? What are you trying to do now?
So right now we are going through a rebrand, and at the moment we are working on our next collection. I'd love to say what country it's for, but that is a surprise.
Okay, that's really
Yeah.
great. I'm really looking forward, and I hope like everybody who's gonna watch it would really look forward towards it too.
Yes, I can't wait to. I can't wait for everyone to see our new collection coming out.
Wow. Okay. So do you have any YouTube page that we need to follow to like keep track of your process and be like, okay, she put this, she put that?
Well, we have our Instagram page, and it's at Truly Debonair.
Actually, Debonair. I would
Yes.
love to check it out after the show and just see your fits, like because it sounds really cool and interesting, and at the same time
Yeah. I
professional.
think our clothing would really resonate with you as well because you're like a boss woman. It's like, it works.
Yeah, yeah, I will for sure. Like, if I ever get the opportunity to just like collab with you and showcase your brand, I would really love that.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. It's just, strong women empowering other strong women. It's
Yeah,
really wonderful to have a community like that.
yeah, that was the whole point of like putting this podcast out because I feel like it's hard for a woman to just like have a platform where they can speak openly about their challenges and their career paths and why they chose it and everything else. So I guess it kind of gives us a voice to just like talk and share about our stories as well.
Yeah, I love that you created a space for everybody to feel so comfortable to share what we're really going through behind the scenes.
Yeah, because it's all glamour outside, but inside it's sleepless nights, health
Yeah.
deterioration, stress.
Yeah, so many hungry nights of fashion shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always like that. It's just like managing everybody's demands, managing your demands at the same time, and just like
Yes,
towards it, getting discouraged in the process, and just
I
like
know.
yourself to restore and like waking up the next day and putting your all the best in it again.
Really trying to find that balance between kind of making others happy, but also doing what's right for yourself as well. I think
Yeah,
that
I
there will
feel.
always be someone unhappy.
Yeah, that's my personal opinion too. I mean, you cannot play hero in everybody's life, but there would be a
Yes,
lot of people out there to resonate with your story. Like at one
yes.
point you can either prioritize, like I have heard this a lot, like people talking about this work life balance, but it's there's no work life balance. If you really want to establish something. Yeah, that's
No,
the
you're
truth.
so true. Yeah, it's absolutely true what you're saying.
Yeah, there's no work-life balance. Like you have to work around the clock in order to make something. And if you really want
Yeah.
presence out there.
Yes,
Yeah.
especially in the fashion industry too. Everybody works in different countries, so the time differences are all different. So, even though it's after 1 o'clock here in Italy, it's hours ahead of time.
Yeah, it's the same with my business too. Like I have to go all over the place, be scattered and be able to still schedule a meeting and see towards the
Yes.
client.
And then still have time for yourself too, because we matter.
Me too. And we're
Yeah.
girlies.
Yeah.
Important. Sometimes it's important. Yeah, what I usually do is I take a day out for myself and, just like take care of whatever I need for a day. And rest of the week, I just like work around the clock and just make sure like I get things keep moving and everything else.
Yeah. I think women are just such superheroes, the way they can balance work, life, kids, family, like everything is just amazing.
It is. And I feel like when you're starting a venture, you also have to wear a lot of hats at the same time. Sometimes you're doing something else, and at the time, you're managing with the other person because they're finding it hard to do alone. And it's just like a changing of a lot of hats at the same time, especially when you're in a
Yeah.
leadership role. You have to manage everything together.
Yeah, you really do. It takes time, but I think the more you go, the more you get used to it eventually. And you kind of can prioritize, okay, I can put this on the back burner just for a little and do something else.
Yeah, it really needs a little practice to just be on there and like do it. Any future message that you want to give to the younger generation who wants to dive deep and be a leader herself?
I think definitely go for it. I think that sometimes there are so many people telling you what you can and can't do in life, and especially for us women, everybody's always telling us what we can't do. But it
Yeah.
matters so much to go forward anyways. And you'll have support and you will find support along the way. I remember starting out in this business, I was so nervous. I don't know anybody in this industry. How will I even find people? How will I make connections? And honestly, I have to say, God led me every step of the way to the right people at the right time, and every opportunity led from one to the next, and you really see doors opening. But it matters to put your foot first.
That's so right. That's so true. Like when you're starting this, I guess the only way to start a business is to dive deep.
Yeah, Dive deep, just there's no manual. You just go head first and, hope for the best.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the beauty of having your own business too, because I
Yeah.
feel like when you go in there, everybody has their unique paths, everybody have their unique stories. What would be the most downside that you have seen of this business and felt like, oh my God, I don't want to do this anymore, like I give up?
I think mostly the discouragement sometimes. It's a little tough to deal with, especially because you really can't please everybody. As much as we can try to make people feel happy, everybody has their own issues too sometimes, and all you can do is try your best. I definitely have not gotten to that point though of being like, this is too much for me, I can't do it. I feel like I love the challenges. As tough as they are sometimes, as time consuming as they are, I really love to do them because it just really helps people even have new ideas of how to approach issues and how to deal with things in a professional manner, to be honest.
That's so true. That's really true. Yeah, but there's this pressure point on your head one time, and you're just like, oh my God, like, I don't know how I'm gonna take this forward anymore.
Yeah.
I guess we all have that entrepreneur block once in a while.
Yeah, I think so. I think that definitely taking care of your health, whether it's your mental health or your physical health, really helps you to honestly have a clear mind. And I love that you said you meditate. Honestly, meditation helps you clear your mind and know exactly what's important and what not is.
Yeah, either I do it early in the morning if I wake up, or if I do
Yeah,
it when I'm going to bed, because my work's mostly like when I wake up on a medium time, like 9 or 10, and then
yeah,
I to work, and at night I just like sleep. Before sleeping, I take 40 minutes at least out to just like meditate and ground myself a little before I go to bed.
yeah. I think it's so important too. There's so many energies we come across in a day, and sometimes you just have to calm yourself down and come back to your center as well.
That's so true, because you're gonna meet a lot of people at the same time on the way. Maybe your principles won't align. Maybe the project you're getting is just not according to your vision. But at the same time, you're
Yeah,
creative and add some shimmers and sparkles to it just by touching it. So I feel
yeah,
like yourself and making sure that you work your way in the middle of that, it's really important.
it is.
Yeah, really good. Anything else that you want to add about your business?
I think that I am just looking forward to what's next. And I can't wait for everyone else to see it too. And I hope that the new rebrand resonates even more as well.
Wow, are you changing the logo? Are you changing the whole storefront? How are you gonna do it?
The logo is definitely changing. That's one thing. And I think just mostly enhancing everything that we do have as well.
That's really good. That's really
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, I really cannot wait until you launch your next venture, and I cannot wait to just let me know however I can support it. I'm just gonna repost
Yeah.
everything that you have, because I'm a big major like fashion enthusiast myself. So
Yeah. Oh, I'm
yeah.
so glad to hear that. I can
Yeah.
definitely tell you're a fashionista. So I'd love to invite you to some of the fashion events and the next time we have a show as well.
Oh, for sure. I'd love to come. I'd love to just record it and like keep it and bring forward,
Yeah.
make sure that I can bring your message along with the community as well.
Yeah. You know what? You definitely resonate with being truly debonair. So it's been so nice to meet you.
It was really nice to meet you too, Sarah. I really hope we stay connected throughout our journeys.
Yes, I know
It
that
would
we
be,
will.
yeah, for sure. It would be really great for me to see you get somewhere with the brand and be in all the articles and everything and have a presence
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have been doing a really great work.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, no problem. Of course. Like I really love connecting and like knowing everybody's stories and resonate with it. It kind of encourages me too. Like Off
Yeah.
said, I get discouraged as well at the same time. Like I love challenges, yet at the same time, but it's just like it's
Yeah.
everything
I
at the same.
know. At the same time, we're only human and we have feelings and, we have to deal with a lot of things.
Yeah, and having a professional and a personal life. Sometimes something happens in your personal life that you don't feel like waking up in the morning and just go there and just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know. Sometimes it's really tough to like kind of put things in your life aside and show up for work.
Yeah, yeah, but you know that's the need of the hour, so you just do it.
Yeah, I know. I think so many people you just have to do it. It's like it's tough, but we just keep doing it and pushing forward.
Yeah, it's just like you put all your feelings in the archive to be felt later, and you just show up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's very
but
true.
yes, that's really great. Is that the dress that you made too? Because it's really suiting you right now.
Thank you so much. No, actually, but thank you.
Wow. So is there any ideal brand that you have, like you want to follow, or you take inspiration from, or is it your own original idea? How do you do it?
I think that we look at the fashion trends in Canada, but also in America too, because I find that Americans really dress so wonderful. They really dress like to the nines. In Canada, everybody's a little more laid back here, so it's really good to see different markets and what people actually want.
That's so true.
Yeah.
But like when you're going out there, so sometimes you resonate with the brand. So for me, like if I have to wear casual, I'm just gonna go with the CK or Tommy. If I have to appear into something that is more casual but at the same time a little
Yes.
professional, I might just go with the Coach. If I really like,
Yes.
sophisticated and classy, I go with the Michael Kors and something like that. Those
Yeah.
dresses and everything. So like there's certain brands that you resonate with and feel like, okay, this is my vibe. The way you just like walk in the store and see yourself. Like, is there
Yeah.
for you as well?
I think definitely a store like Zara. I love how structured their clothes are, and they're very tailored, and just the colors are so unique too. Sometimes they're very simple, sometimes there's very beautiful patterns that they have, but the fit is amazing though.
That's really good. What are you okay? So this is my question I ask every designer because I'm so curious to know this answer. What are your thoughts on Balenciaga collection?
I think that they're really beautiful. I think sometimes they can be a little edgy, but it really resonates with some people.
It does. It does. Some people actually like edgy fashion. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
really
like more of the, I think, modern, simple fashion, but I love the edgy fashion. I definitely want to try that in the future.
really wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you can have some edgy like shape or look to your formals as well. It would really look cool.
Yeah. It would be really nice to like expand our collection.
Yeah. Do you ever felt in your journey like because whenever I came across some brands, I feel like I'm not gonna specify them, but what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say is when I came across certain brands, I feel like it's just a brand name that's just keeping them moving. Like there's no creativity. It's all dead. Do you certainly feel that?
Yeah. No, I actually don't. I feel like right at this point, I am so full of ideas and I just can't wait to keep pumping them out. But I know what you mean, though. There always comes a certain point where people get a little burnt out. And I can totally resonate with that too. There's some times that you just keep going and going, and at some point, you have to take a moment to rest as well.
Yeah, no, of course. Like, I feel like whenever you do, so this is my fate when it comes to professional life. Whenever you even achieve a small milestone, you lay back a little, you take your time and enjoy the moment just because you want to give yourself some self appreciation as well and move forward with the next milestone.
I love that you said that because there's so many times I don't do that. It's always like, okay, the opportunity's done, Fashion Week's done, okay, content, and let's move on to the next opportunity. But I love that you said it. It really matters to take that time to just have some appreciation and honestly stop and smell the roses.
Yeah, exactly. That's really important because I feel like when you said that we really just don't do it, I feel like that's the conflict of our own thoughts. That if we're
Yeah,
gonna feel it, if we're gonna feel happy, we might get lazy. Like this is one of my fears as well whenever I'm like that.
yeah,
A hour or like a couple of hours to just like relax, process it, feel good about it. And the third I'll
yeah,
back to it because I don't want to get too laid back or too comfortable with the opportunity. I guess that's what
yeah. It's
yeah.
very true. Like there's such a fine line between celebrating yourself and then, okay, moving on to the next thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's really important. But yeah, like at the same time, I feel like you need to sit back and like breathe and like feel like, wow, I was really able to do that.
Yeah, it really matters to just honestly celebrate your successes, celebrate all the wins, big or small.
Yeah, yeah. Even the small milestone whenever you're launching something. When did you launch this?
Yeah. This brand was launched actually last year, so in 2024.
Wow. Wow. And
Yeah.
you're already opening a store in Miami.
Yeah. We actually
Wow.
did we had a little store feature also in New York last year. I was so excited because we sold out and I was like, I knew New Yorkers would love these clothes. This resonates with them.
Wow. That's really great. I'm so
Yeah.
happy. You're doing really good in such short amount of time.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, honestly, I have to say it's all God. It's not me. I have to give credit where credit's due. God is just placing me the right places where I need to be.
Yeah, that's so true. And I feel like it's also your coordination and the idea that you get in your head that God's the one who plants it. It doesn't come out.
Yeah. I know, it doesn't come out of nowhere. All these seeds are being planted in us and we're just taking it forward and making it tangible.
That is so true. That is really good. That's really great, Sarah. Keep up all the good work. I'm so excited for your future venture.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to see Boardroom Queens get bigger and bigger.
That is so sweet. Yeah. If
Yeah.
we get a lot of like guests on there, we might end up like hosting a personal event. And
Wow.
I'd really love to invite you too.
Oh, thank you so much. I know you'll get there. That is so beautiful. And what you're doing is so important and so like amazing for everyone.
Thank you, really. That means a lot. That's really sweet, Sarah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time and even reaching out to me.
No, thank you for your time to respond and just giving us a chance to convey your message out there.
Yeah. Honestly, thank you for providing the space to even get this message out there as well. It's been so helpful.
Yeah, for sure. And I hope that helps a lot. Like people knows your story and be able to resonate and connect with you directly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, like everybody I know in my professional space, I'd ask them to just like come and check your collection and get some looks done from you and everything. But
Oh,
yeah,
thank you so much.
Crown and conquer, we will redefine the game. Every challenge met, every victory claimed. In the boardroom's light, our visions gleam. Empowered women live in the dream. Strategic minds with hearts so bold. Stories of triumph endlessly told. We mentor, inspire, and pave the way for every girl to seize the day. No longer waiting for a seat at the table. We build our own, strong and stable. From Milton's lanes to global scenes, we are the leaders, the boardroom queens.